Hey there. So I'm continuing my little series on our graduate profile and some technology integration that you can do with that. So as you can see on this document, I keep adding to it and building it. Today, I'm going to go over some resources I found for creativity and innovation. So the first one is the Noun Project. This is a really cool website and it has literally millions of icons that teachers can use for free. And there are all sorts of ways to do it. And even if you go to the site, there are suggestions on ways to use it. But in general, it's a way for kids to kind of express their ideas through pictures instead of words. So it really makes them kind of think differently about things and picking these icons. So it's really cool. And then you can just use the icons for anything that you want to if you choose to. But check out the Noun Project. Really, really neat stuff in there. I know I've said this one before, but I love historical figure tweets. And again, this section here is novel approaches to address situations. So I just think it's really cool to kind of meet kids where they are today, and where they are today is social media. So if you can find a way to kind of bring historical events today to kids, so I think one of those ways is to use at least the platform similar to like a Twitter or an Instagram. And so there are a lot of templates out there. So those are my next two, is just kind of have kids express historical ideas in today's terminology. So again, meet them where they are. So those are a couple ideas, and I've got a link to some Insta ideas for you there. The next one, I like putting things in the students' hands. So I'm a big proponent of digital breakouts for maybe teacher created ones that the students solve. I think that shows them using critical thinking skills and collaboration. But what if we flip that around and have students create some? They're really creative. A lot of them like puzzles. It's another way they can collaborate together, but it's also a way that, an interesting way that they can kind of bring content back to you, is have them create a breakout and then maybe share them within the class. And then you've got all kinds of distribution of content, and you get some really cool ideas. So that you could easily do with Google Forms, Google Sites, kind of a merging of the two. But, instead of you doing all the work, give the students some, and it's just a great way for them to show you what they know. Wix is a really cool site that deals with like kids creating games and animation. It's free. Everything on here is free. Again, any of the sites that I recommend are free. So check out Wix. It's really cool. Design Squad is the next one that I'm letting you know about. It is a PBS production, and it's where kids get to create different activities. There's a design section, a build section, a game section. So all kinds of different stuff. It has some science kind of weaved in through it. So it's really cool to check that out. Tinkercad is a free site that lets students kind of use like a little bit of coding, a little bit of creation, some AutoCAD. So just kind of a great way to kind of dip their toe into that world. But it's a great site, and again, it's free. Use resources creatively. There are lots of things out there. I know I've told you before, I'm a huge fan of Canva. And I think I've given you on here a way that a teacher can get Canva Pro for free, and a way for students to get Canva Pro for free. So just that alone, tons of resources there for students to use all kinds of things. Minecraft EDU, I know that, Minecraft, kids love to play it already, but there are a lot of educational implications that you can use in Minecraft if it's, well planned and structured in a way for students. So there's just a lot of opportunity there for kids to be creative and innovative. Adobe Spark is great for creation and innovation. They have videos and all kinds of art and different things like that. Super easy to use. So check that out if you haven't before. Originate, alternatives to conventional thinking. I love, just if you want to go kind of to your basics, something that you already know, Google Slides. Students can do create your own adventures. And I know this tends to be maybe more elementary or middle school, but I really think that you could adapt this to high school, and I could really see some high school students doing some really cool things with this. And again, obviously, never forget content first, right? So don't try to force these tools to make them work. But there are so many instances where if you just kind of think about it a little bit differently, you can take your content and then really make it kind of alive and explode with these kids through this. So consider having students do like a create your own adventure with Google Slides. Kids Think Design, this is a really cool site. It's been around for a long time. And kids kind of choose an occupation, and then when they click on it, there's all kinds of activities and stuff to do within that occupation. So it really gives them like a focus first and then kind of broads out from there. I love ThingLink. ThingLink is an interactive 360 creative space. You can choose like a background, and of course, see it 360. You can rotate all around it. You can embed different things in it. So really cool. A lot of great implications with that. Also, Contraption Maker. I'm just a big fan of this. This is where kids are given a situation. They have to be creative on how to solve it. So they have to put together these strange objects in different ways and just kind of be super creative about how to solve a problem. And I know that I use that probably on critical thinking, but I love it so much. I had to put it up here because it does take creativity and innovation to come up with some of those unique designs for the student to solve whatever puzzle or situation they've been given. So here are just a few ways to bring creativity and innovation into your classroom. And again, I would just encourage you to always, keep your focus on your content. What do you want them to know? And then find the tools to match that. And I would love to help you do that. But here's some ways. Sometimes you do work backwards. You think, okay, this is a great tool. How can I make it fit? But just don't lose your content in all the fun stuff. And also, don't be afraid to put some of this stuff in the students' hands and see what they come up with. Don't do all the work. Tell them this is, what I want you to do. See what you can do with it. Also, something super simple and something I have actually done in my class before is, when you finish teaching a unit and you're ready to give the test out to students, I have had students create the test for me. I'm like, okay, I've given you all the content, we've done all the work, and now it's time for a test to see what you know. And I've had students create the test for me. They think it's so funny when I have them do that, but I can really see the ones who know the content. So if you want a real measure of what the students know when it's time to take the test, have them create the test. It's a super cool way to do it. They have to be creative, they have to be innovative, and if you really want them to show the content, that's a great way to do it. I found a lot of students make the test, more difficult than I would have made it anyway. So that's just an idea for you to use. And again, that's something simple as using a Google Doc or a Google Form if you want to do it that way. So just kind of an idea to put out there for you to use. If you have any questions about any of these tools, I'll be happy to help you or work with you on them. So good luck with this, and I hope you find it helpful. Again, this document, I'm updating it all the time. Anytime I find a good resource, I'm going to put it in here. So keep this one handy, and I'm going to keep filling it in. Thank you, guys.